La 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 la, wait till I give my money right.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have SPX6900 up on the screen here. This is the 3-day price chart. I don't own any, but it was a request from my Quantum Circle, so I figured I would blast it out for all to see. So this is a pretty young coin. All right, right now market cap sitting at about $1 billion. Pretty young coin. So it is a little bit harder to do TA on it. Not even a year old. We're going to take a stab anyway. And we'll talk about some targets and some extended targets. But if we're looking at this just from a wave count, it's hard really in these inception candles here, but you can kind of say borderline 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up right there. On the way down, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the way down. And so we ended up finding our bottom there March 11th. And so now on the way back up, it sure looks like we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and right now settling back down into a little bit of a correction along with the rest of the market. Could be a 5-wave move, could just be an A, B, C. Less interested in that, just going to have to work it out and figure out what are some of the right price levels. Coming into the bottom of this 4th wave here, could definitely see this hold. That also takes us down into the blue 1st wave over here. Not here for the short-term price action though, guys. What we're here for are these next 3 waves. So what this looks like it could be doing on the macro is a macro A, B, C. All right. And right now we're still waiting. You know, we're like halfway through the C leg. And what could be happening in this C leg is the 5 up, an A, B, C, or 5 down. Well, it sure looks like we could be doing another A, B, C here as well. So what we're looking for is this C wave of the larger C wave, right? And across the board, we're talking about 3 waves up for the alts. So what does that tell you about this C wave? Well, very well could be an A, B, C within that C wave. So I know this looks complicated, guys. This is Elliott Wave theory, though. It is a huge tool in your toolbox to use. I strongly suggest you guys learn it. That's why I created the Quantum Circle, entries, exit strategy, emotional and mental clarity, 2 daily macro videos, teach you guys a bunch of other stuff. Link to that is in the bio. But my members know what's going on when I talk about this. So super important for you to understand. All right, let's dive in. So we're looking right now for this A, B, and C wave. Well, on the macro, this black ABC, let me get rid of some of this other stuff in here. Let's just make this a little bit cleaner for you. There. So this black C wave, right? You saw the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're settling back down. Well, we know that the macro C leg has to be at least the length of the A wave. So this A wave, again, it's a little tough because that's an inception candle. The A wave went about 2,300%. Okay? 24x. So where is that from the bottom of the B wave? That takes us right up here, just shy of the $6 mark at $5.95. It is, it's like giving me right. We'll say right at 6. All right. So nice round number there at 6 would make complete sense that this is where we stop out from the current price level too. You're talking about like a 500% or a 6x, 5.5x from the current price level. Not going to be my final target, but that is the minimum measured move here for a C leg on the A leg. All right. Next thing I want to do is I want to take fibs and I want to draw it across this entire macro to look for confluence. Sure enough, our minimum measured move on the C leg puts us right near the 3618 on this macro. So a ton of confluence right there between 575 and $6. Could definitely see that play out. All right. But we also talked about something else. We talked about in the event that this is a macro A, B, C, right? So we had the A, B, C on the macro, and we're talking about if this is going to be an A, B, C. So we have to keep these targets in mind. I'll talk about it in a sec, but let's say, again, we need the minimum measured move. That's 800% from there. Where's 800% from the bottom here? That gets us all the way up near $10, around $9.50. So that's a very plausible blow-off target for us up there at $9.50. The other thing I want to do, I know there's a lot of math going on, bear with me, I got to go quick for the sake of time here, is let's see what a full extension would be of this most recent range. That gets us right up there into $6. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I say there's a few different signs of confluence that get us up to that $6 level. That's going to be my primary. I do have that blow off up there around 950. And so the other thing, if this is not an ABC, what could be playing out is we talk about a crashing pattern on this channel all the time. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to invert this chart real quick. Okay, so now it looks like a crash. Well, in this crashing pattern, we roll back up into wave 4, like we just did right here, and that gives us a wave 6, and then we come out one more time to take out that low for a 7. Now that low is actually the high, right? So in that case, the reason I bring that up is because we said if this was an ABC, the minimum measured move would be up here at 950, but we can't say for sure that that's what's happening. We fell to the perfect spot where we're just looking for a 7th wave, one blow off here, bam, and it could move up like that in an ABC fashion, ABC. Okay, so we are going to say that our main target out there is at $6. We're talking about a 3-wave move off the low along with the rest of the market, so it should be more of an ABC. Now, where are targets for that A wave? All right. Oftentimes, we'll take out that last local high and then come and back test it up to the 1618 area. This is so far ahead of the rest of the market. A lot of the market is still sitting down here from that December, January high. This thing has already exceeded it and set a new high, right? So we're going to be looking for this thing right around that $3 level here on this next move. It's nice. The 1618 at 305, nice round number. We're talking about across the board a 35 to 50% correction on wave 4, or in this case the B wave, to back test that high. That's only a 25% shot. Down here into these retracement levels, I hit 40% right there at the 618. That's 618 right at about $1.80. So we're talking about a rise up to 305, a drop down to $1.80, and then one more blow off up there to $6. How would this look? Your A wave would look at 189%. Your C wave here would look at 225%. C wave, at least the length of the A wave, gets us out to extensions. And you saw all the other math. Wow, that was a lot. I hope you guys were able to keep up. I went quick. Go back, rewatch it if you have to. All of this is so important, you guys, super important. And again, like I mentioned, that's why I created the Quantum Circle. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now. Real-time trades, access to my portfolio, macro analysis, a Discord channel. I teach you how to do TA just like me. Link to that in the bio. If not, just super appreciative you're here. If you could follow, like, repost. I want to reach as many people as I can before it's too late. So hope you guys are having an excellent Thursday. I'll talk to you in a little bit.